welcome back to Lloyd and JD, the best fucking podcast in the world. I am Lloyd.
I'm JD.
And I'm Sascha.
Sascha.
Sascha Piscopo.
Is that your real last name?
It is, man.
It's cool.
It's my stripper name.
I like it. It's really good. So what do you do?
I'm a musician here in Calgary. I'm the drummer for a band, Stoney Trail, country band, cover band. I also own Sin City Sound Recording Studios in Calgary, out by Spruce Meadows, and I have my own recording facility.
Oh, cool.
So, and I offend lots of people on Facebook lately.
Why? What'd you do?
Being me, man. You know, people.
We offend people on a daily basis.
Hey, you know, that means you're doing something right when you're offending people.
Yeah, big time this week. I think we're gonna get lots of hate this week.
You think we're gonna get lots of hate this week?
We did one on sex change, and
oh yeah, that's right. The Sports Illustrated cover.
And we went at Justin Bieber again. They never liked that.
Yeah,
they never like that, eh? That Biebs. He's got a lot of fans.
He's got a new epic tattoo on his face.
Does he?
Well, I wouldn't call it epic.
Face?
He's got a cross that is maybe a size of a pinhead.
Yeah.
I used to be a tattooist, so it just drives me nuts because you know that people are going to come in and they're going to ask for this tiny little thing, and you're like, no, they want their face tattooed. No,
you're going to go
just a whole plethora of bad stuff.
The next club you go to is going to be like 20 people with crosses.
Hey man, I got loads of tattoos, man, but you're going pretty epic there. The neck tattoos and the head tattoos.
That's the new school thing. Old guys like me, all my stuff, is up to here, so I can wear suits and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's
I think I look good in a suit with the tattoos. I think it looks better. I make a suit look good.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm all about the tats and stuff like that. But
with no tats and you wear a suit, you look like a fucking knob.
Yeah.
But with tattoos, you're like, that guy's pretty cool, but he has a suit on because he has to wear one.
Yeah.
He looks like a knob, but he'll punch
but
my
it's
fucking
a
life
different
out
age,
if I
right?
tell him.
We're 20 odd years apart. I mean,
know.
back in the day, it was not cool to have tattoos in the slightest.
No, not at all.
In fact, if you showed up
onto my chest here too.
If you showed up anywhere with anything showing, and that's why, a lot of times when I was younger,
I could wear a turtleneck.
and I just kept it into when I was tattooing. I would only go down to my elbows, and that's it. Cut it the short line and cut it the arm line. It's
I remember my mom used to always tell me tattoos. There's only two people that get tattoos in the world, and that's sailors and fucking criminals.
Yeah,
I'm both. I'm a pirate.
Yar.
So, what's your music? What kind of music do you play?
I come from a rock and roll background. I've been in a bunch of original bands. I've been on tour, support act for like David Lee Roth and a bunch of the Canadian greats, Lee Aaron, Helix, so I come from a rock and roll background, but these days what I see in the music business, especially in the rock side of it, I kind of leaned more towards country. Being a songwriter myself, I found that as I was getting older, nobody wants to hear a fucking creepy 40-year-old guy writing about teenage angst and fucking high school love, right? That's just fucking creepy shit, right? Yeah. So as my songwriting progressed and evolved, I think I leaned more towards not really country, because if you ever come and see our band, we're definitely, a rock band that plays country songs, right? But we definitely still have that rock edge, and I think that my writing and our writing kind of translates into that. It's just an evolution of, I think that nowadays, like some of the new country music, like Keith Urban and people like that, they shred on guitar. They're as much rock and roll as rock and roll that I grew up on. And then when I listen to the rock and roll that I hear nowadays on the radio, maybe it's because I'm becoming an old dinosaur, but I just can't relate. I just can't relate to it anymore.
But then I don't think that, because, when I went through high school, I was a metalhead. I had long hair and listened to metal all day and rock. And even then you're listening to Pantera, Megadeth. These were all bands that were big before I was born. Mm-hmm. But none of the new stuff really entered the metalhead crowd, even in, my crowd at school. And Jordie was part of the group. It was all old stuff, old Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And their new stuff, shit. Megadeth's new shit, it's crap.
Yeah.
Absolute crap. Megadeth's one of my favorite bands and tons of times, but if they're playing the new shit, I'll go get a beer.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Well, it's part and parcel about what the music industry.
Well, they're chasing the money. Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, you know,
but you evolve as a musician too. Like, I mean, you're
evolved
saying that
into
you
shit?
straddle
How did that
rock
happen?
still. I mean, obviously,
Maybe
guys
they
like
got too
Keith
old for
Urban,
it.
you know, part of their success is, you know, from being able to kind of straddle, have your feet in both. So you pull from the country bass, you pull from a rock bass, because some things will hit them in between. Dallas Smith, who used to be Default, which is definably rock, is now 100% country.
And he's becoming a huge country star.
I get what you're
he's
saying
really
too.
cranking up the charts.
With like it being weird, like Dave Mustaine's new album's all government issue. Like, I don't know, he's really going at the government and stuff. It just comes across as cheesy as fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think more or less though he's always come from that.
He has,
but it's
from
getting to
that
a point
line.
where it's like,
But I think that back in the day when you had like a record label kind of reining you in, that it might have colored, you know, the stuff. Maybe not the stuff that he was writing, but at least the stuff that was being released.
Absolutely.
You know, and now that we've effectively eliminated, I mean, record companies, you know, what do they do anymore? You know,
Right.
You know, everybody nowadays, you know,
YouTube.
YouTube, you know, YouTube and the advent of, you know, computer recording. I mean, everybody nowadays, and speaking as a studio owner and a sound engineer, everybody now, oh yeah, my buddy has a studio, and it's like, no, your buddy has a fucking room in the basement with a computer and a software program. You know, there's a lot more to being a studio owner than having the fucking gear.
And you can tell the difference between the sound. I mean, it's I mean, we struggle. I mean, you can see what's in the studio here, but I mean, we struggle with sound as well. I know there's nothing to deflect sound. It's just a giant noise column and all that kind of stuff, and it's an audio nightmare. But I mean, a lot of people do that. They start developing these studios, and really they're not doing themselves any, you know, favors. It might be good. It's, you know, it's like the old days when you used to get your 4-track tape player and you would lay down, you know, 4 different tracks and, you know, throw it out. You'd pass your tape in hopes to get that deal and get into a bigger studio.
Well, you're right. It's a double-edged sword. I mean,
well, everyone's always working to get into a studio. It's just at the beginning.
Everybody nowadays has a studio. That's the thing.
But then you'll see those people, even when they start making a bit of money, they'll start spending it in places like other studios, because not only are they doing all the bloody work themselves, but they know it sounds better somewhere else. You know,
well,
it's always a money issue. It's always a money issue.
For sure. And there's something to be said about, you know, like commercial studios, they're not up and running and have been around for so long because they're, you know, like the average cat on the block. These are people that know their shit, have like top of the line gear, and are in an acoustically controlled environment, so that you maximize not only their talents but their gear and their knowledge, and you know. And
if it didn't cost money, everyone would absolutely do it. It's just a complete money issue.
I remember back in the day going into a recording studio, recording an EP, and getting hit with a tab of $15,000, and then when I listened to the EP, it sounded like fucking a dog's breakfast, man. You know, and it's like, well, that's it. You know, that's it. But at the same time, it was kind of a good thing for the music industry, because it was so expensive to record that, you know, a lot of the times the people that were actually going in to do the recordings were talented. You know, they weren't going to drop 10 grand or 20 grand on something knowing that at the end of it they're going to sound like shit. Nowadays everybody has the YouTube, and again, that's a good forum. I mean, it's great for, you know, for kids to write their own music and to be able to record it, but at the same time, the double edge of the sword is now we're just getting inundated with shitty music. It's like insane. I mean, you know, fire up your Facebook account on
But if that's what people are liking, then that's what people are liking. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I think that the generation, like, everyone just likes shit.
Yeah, but you see,
it's like, I cannot sit in the car and listen to the 5 o'clock mixdown. It cannot happen. That is absolute fucking crap. I don't know. If you can sit there and listen to that, you must be mental. You have to be fucking mental. That is the worst fucking DJ bullshit crap I've ever heard in my fucking life. I've taken a couple DJ courses and I could spin you something better than that in a fucking second. Yeah. The beats don't even match up. It's like, what the fuck am I listening to?
Yeah.
You hear like 5 other songs playing in the fucking background.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. What are you doing? And that made the radio. In my mind, I'm thinking, who the fuck is sitting in a radio station right now watching this guy DJ? Because I'd be there like, get the fuck off. You're done. Yeah. You are fucking done. In the parking lot, because I'm going to smash your face in as well.
Beat it. Beat it. Like, no, I agree with you 100%, but, what's the alternative is the question. There's so many...
Because music wouldn't make it if it wasn't for people fucking listening to it. If no one tuned into that radio station because the 5 O'Clock Mixdown is so crap, they were like, listen, it's got to stop. It wouldn't happen anymore. But people tune in. They love it. You see them sitting at the red light, just singing along to Justin Bieber and some shitty beat that they put in behind it.
I mean, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. I mean, you can even
standards have gone
way down. I mean, you can even go as far as go to your local bar nowadays and see the caliber of and again. People are probably going to fucking send you hate mail, or send me hate mail or whatever. But I mean, the music scene in general, fire up your Facebook account on a Monday morning after a weekend and just see all the videos that bands post of their gigs and stuff. And a lot of them are fucking horrendous, and it's like, how did these people like not only get out of the garage, but how are they headlining at fucking Eleanor's, moist and moldy cavern? You know what I mean? Like how are you guys getting headlining gigs and you sound like shit? We're putting so much focus on the pretty picture that when I grew up and I was cutting my teeth in the music business, half of the bands that are that are playing around the circuit and stuff like that, they would never get a headlining gig. Not saying that they're not good guys or not good musicians, but some of them are clearly just not ready to be playing the shows that they're playing. Like, I mean, you have and I mean it's tantamount through the whole industry. Like I mean, you have groupies that are managers and people that are promoters that know nothing about the business, but they have friends in the music business, and they go drinking at a couple of bars every weekend, and all of a sudden, hey, we got an in and let's book you. Mm-hmm. It's a crazy time for music, and hopefully shows like this and independent shows will kind of turn this around and get it back to where it should be. I miss buying albums and looking up to the bands. Nowadays you buy something and like you're merchandising people, or chicks in fishnets and short shorts and stuff like that. Back in the day, you didn't need that kind of stuff to sell t-shirts because you were a fucking good band. And you wrote good music and you had people following you because they could relate to you, not because of you had some spectacle on stage that that you were marketing to hide your shitty talent.
Right.
Shitty talent fucking sucks.
I mean, those are all fantastic points. They're all things that we've touched on as well. I mean, right now, I'm sure that you're well aware that album sales are nothing like they used to be.
Oh,
that's what's killing basically record labels, and I mean that's a good and a bad thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it's figuring out that
it's this
that
new
formula.
age be nice to everyone bullshit that we live in. That's what it is. It's because everyone has to be nice to everyone. So if someone's actually shit, no one actually goes up to them and says, listen, you need to fucking practice this. You're shit.
Yeah.
And then, if you're shit, you're shit.
Yeah.
We're all scared now to be genuine because we're so concerned about, this is gonna hurt this guy's feelings.
Well, there's safety behind fucking everything. Like, you can't drive down the road without a seatbelt on, without the fucking car beeping at you every 5 fucking seconds. You can't do anything anymore. Like, why would they let you do that?
I think some people buy into their own hype in social media as well, and I think that's part of the problem. In a lot of ways, it's helped a lot of
video
people.
you have doesn't mean you're big. Trust me.
So
my mum loves all of our shit. Doesn't mean our biggest fan's my mum.
But I think people start buying into their own hype a lot of the time.
Hey,
they start getting likes.
Your mom too.
She's gonna like that one. Now you're getting some fucking hate now. Dad's gonna like that one.
But people start buying into their own hype, and they think that they've moved a lot further ahead than they actually have, and they just they almost live in cyberspace.
Yes.
Because I've gone to shows where it's like, yeah, we've got a massive following. They've got thousands of likes and fans on Facebook. You go to a show, they've got 10 people. 10 people.
Yeah, you got 10 friends that think you're the fucking greatest because they haven't been anywhere else
and that's
to
great.
see anything
and people
different.
Need that. Yeah.
Well, for sure, support is a great thing, but maybe I just have nasty friends and you know who you are. But
people are fucking lazy. It's easy to press like on Facebook.
Yeah.
Fuck, you sent me something, I like it. I just supported you. But then to show up at a band on a Friday night if I'm doing something else, or it's fucking way easier to be like,
Yeah.
It's not just though, I don't want to shove all the blame on just the artists or the record labels. I mean, I mean it's everybody. I mean, when you can go on YouTube and get free music, or when you can go on, any site you want and download something for absolutely fucking free, and you don't have to leave your house. 90% of people are going to do that. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah, you're
especially younger kids. Younger kids will do that 100 times over. And most of the younger bands that are coming up, there's not many old guys going to see them. Let's be honest.
For sure.
So their whole demographic prefers to be at home with a computer than they do to be at the fucking show. That's the problem.
Yes.
When I go to Megadeth, I go with like 40, 50, 60-year-old fucking men, man. Like I've been there smoking weed with like, grown-ups. I'm like fucking 17 years old at a Megadeth show. That when I go to a show now, they're all my age. They're all or younger. You know what I mean? I'm the oldest fucking guy there. So,
you're the crustacean.
And most of those kids prefer to stay at home and play computer or be on the laptop or be on Facebook. To be at the show is not normal anymore. But going to the bar and listening to music isn't normal. Kids don't grow up doing that anymore. It's completely died out. Like, even if I'm trying to sell tickets for us sometimes, even amongst my friends, is like getting blood from a stone. Unless they're real metalheads that want to go to these shows, there's no way I'm getting them out of the house. No fucking way. And they're never going to hear this music unless they, do that sort of stuff. Yeah. But not going to happen. It's either Cowboys or home.
It's definitely like a sheltered bubble that we live in because, I mean, back in the day, you had to buy an entire fucking album and learn that I really only like 3 songs of the entire fucking album.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it still opened me up to another 10 songs that maybe I didn't like right off the hop, but they kind of grew on
exactly.
you. Nowadays, it's like you don't have any of that anymore because you can just go onto iTunes or whatever format and buy only the shit that you like, right? Yeah. So it just closes, it just narrows your whole, it just narrows your whole perspective. But having said that, at the same time, I think that everybody is guilty in the sense that if you go out and you're paying like $8 or $10 a drink at a bar and there's some shitty band on stage playing and
but the people that are doing that would have been in that bar whether the band was there or not. That's the fucking thing. Like
exactly.
those people were there before the fucking band, so then
exactly.
they're gonna be there during the band.
But if you're like a music fan and you go and see something like that and you don't say anything about it, then I think that it's just as much your fault as it is, the venue's fault that's booking the shitty bands. I mean, I'm a businessman. From a business standpoint, why would I want to pay top dollar for a really good band? Because I know that these drunk bastards are going to be in here, whether I got fucking Motley Crue playing or whether I got Pink Dink in the Foreskins.
Because they're just here for the vodka. And and it goes to show even Justin Bieber, right? Doing great for himself. Guy can fill a hall with teenage kids in a second. His show, they're giving, like, back in the day, if you were going to, like, I don't know, AC/DC or some show, the free tickets they would give away would be like a die-for thing. People would fight on the radio for those fucking things. Mm-hmm. They were giving away Bieber tickets like it was fucking, who gives a fuck? They're on the radio giving them away all day. Call in. If you're the second caller, you get a ticket. If you're the fourth caller, you get a ticket. People were getting tickets all fucking day long.
Yeah.
Because they got to fill the shows because no one wants to leave the safety of their own fucking home anymore. It's like, fuck, I'll watch it on YouTube when it comes out.
Yeah. I'll bootleg it.
Yeah, like no one actually cares. Like even someone that's huge in the, on the radio right now, which everyone wants to die to see, they're throwing tickets to people. Go to the damn show. Yeah. You know what I mean? They were saying that everyone that went to what's her name show, what's that stupid chick's, who he was diddling.
Come on, Jordan.
Justin Bieber was diddling her.
Selena Gomez.
There we go.
There you go. Hey,
At her show, they were giving away free tickets for Bieber's show. At her show, they were like, if you went to the Selena Gomez show, call in, you can get a free ticket for Bieber's show. And if you went to the Bieber show, you can go see Kanye on September. Hey.
Is Kanye coming?
I don't fucking know. I'm just saying, like, you go to these shows, they're giving you free tickets for the fucking next show. Like,
he is, but he ain't gonna like it.
Yeah. And they're basically trying to push people to the Saddle Dome. Like, if you've got to be pushed to Justin Bieber, ain't no one going to the bar to see your band play.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's so hard to get people out of the house.
It is. It's a challenge, and like I
Unless
said, I mean, it's going to be an
pussy.
interesting thing for people to sort of unlock what music
Even when I tell my
next.
friends, I'm like, "You want to go to a show?" They're like, "Is there going to be pussy there?" That's all they give a fuck about.
Everything is so beige and blasé though now. That's what I think the crux of the problem is, and keeping people inside is because I remember. When
Safety.
bands like Simon
inside.
Chaos or Age of Electric or Smash LA or bands like that would come through town, it was like a fucking event.
It was,
you know. But nowadays, it's like
barely know
like
the game.
I mean, how many tribute bands do we have in Calgary, and how many of those tribute bands do the same thing?
Yeah.
Now it's not a question of, hey, do I want to go hear Smash LA do this, or do I want to go see Motley Crue do this, or do I want to see some really good local band do this? Now it's like, do I want to go see Bob doing Guns N' Roses, or do I want to go see fucking Ed doing Guns N' Roses, or do I want to see Sam doing the Motley Crue tribute thing? Or it's so vanilla and the same that I can see where people get just laid back, and it's like, fuck, why pay $10 a drink, right?
No
Cheaper to keep her. I can I can sit at home and drink like a fish and pass out.
Well, I think
in the
that's
bushes.
part of the problem too. Prices are going up and up and up on that shit. Like, I went to the bar the other day looking at the highballs. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
And I don't go to the bar very often. Like, I'm in the bar every couple months maybe to go to a show or something.
It's almost a tent spot.
Yeah.
Some places.
Hey, Stampede time, man.
Yeah.
And I won't mention the bar, but Stampede time, $10.25 for a Jack and Coke.
Yeah, what are you doing?
And it's like, fuck, I'm gonna be a broke alcoholic.
How can
man.
you charge that?
Yeah.
How the fuck can you charge that?
Because you can. Because people
will pay. I did.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't pay it. Not because I don't want to, because I am so broke. Literally, it'd be my last drink.
You go buy a bottle before you go, get shit-faced, and then go to the bar.
Yeah, but it's getting ruthless.
Yeah.
It is. And, it's like you said, the prices of everything is going up, yet the prices of I think important things is like entertainment and stuff is going down.
Even if I go to a $10 show, I'm going to pay $10. If I want 2 drinks, I'm already at $30.
Yeah.
If I want something to eat, I'm reaching $50 here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to go
and
see
that's what the venues
a
are
local
banking
band
on.
play. It's like, holy shit, man. I don't know if I want to go and spend all this fucking money because I'm going to starve. I'm going to be thirsty.
And that's what the venue's banking on, is that you come in and you spend that money.
Anyway, regardless. And again, why are they going to pay, a band $2,000 to do the same thing? Not really to do the same thing. Why are they going to pay a band $2,000 to do the same thing that they're going to get a band that'll maybe do it for free or sell tickets at the door? They're still going to have the same drunks in the bar.
Yeah.
Music has become, like a distraction, to the drinking, where it used to be the event that brought the drinkers in. Like, I remember I would travel to Edmonton to see, and I'm not talking about touring arena bands. I'm talking about like Kick-Ass, local Canadian, like Simon Chaos from Vancouver. They would play like a show in Edmonton, and we would see them in Calgary, and then fucking load up the minivan or whatever and head to Edmonton to party because they were so fucking good.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you can't even drag me, out of my PJs to go see, again, there's some local bands that are, really stepping
PJs?
it up. What's that?
You have PJs?
No, fuck,
I
are
was
you
gonna say,
kidding?
I just
No.
Okay.
Let her swing,
I
man.
just pictured you in PJs. And just kind of
With the trap door, man.
it's always down.
It's always down, man.
Yeah. So people looking to sit down with you and record stuff, where can they find you, Sascha?
You can look me up on Facebook under Sin City Sound Recording Studios. You can follow me on Facebook under my name, Sascha Piscopo. You can also follow us on Stoney Trail on Facebook and stuff like that. My studio, it isn't really commercial. It's more, it's private / commercial. again, all this stuff we're talking about music, what I do is if an artist or a band is interested in recording with me, I want to hear what you have, and if I'm into what you have, then I'll sit down and record with you.
I like that. I really like that.
If you share, he won't call you back.
Oh fuck! Like I've done an internship, at the Beach Studios here in town, where I cut my teeth in the recording process and stuff like that, and I've worked with string quartets, country artists, rap artists, and stuff like that. And it was really a blessing for me to do that because it allowed me to search myself out and see what it is that I want to do. Because, in the sense, anything that I'm recording for someone, I'm contributing to what shit I put forth in the world, right?
Yeah.
And so if somebody wants to record with me, send me a demo. Let me listen to it. If I'm into it, I'll record you. If I'm not into it, I think that it would be, a crime for me to charge you money because I'm not going to put as much, not put as much effort, but I'm not going to be as invested into the project as I am when I'm like, fuck, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
As opposed to, holy fuck, man. Sounds like someone swinging a bag of cats, man.
Nice.
Oh, God. All right, so Facebook,
Sascha Piscopo, Stoney Trail, or...
well, all the links will be below. We always type them out. Our links are below because you can catch me on Facebook too. But don't send me hate mail, cunts.
You can send me hate mail, man.
Send it to him.
I'm all about it, man.
My Facebook, I like mine just clean. Yeah. All right, well, I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
And I'm Sascha.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
Right on, boys.